Okay. I can wait.
Anyone does this. It says we're live. I don't know if we're live. If we're live and you can hear us, guys, just bear with us for 1 minute. And we are live. What's up, guys? Chuck and Smitty here, bringing you another NBA preseason best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. Smitty is going to be driving the show tonight. If you're watching this live, we do have some preseason games going on, so feel free to comment along in the chat. We are sweating along. Smitty, how we doing?
Doing well. Haven't really drafted since preseason's been going on. Just been so busy, but I need to get back into it.
Yeah, and I haven't been doing many fast drafts. I'm in like 100 slows. So I'm like kind of up to date with ADPs, I guess. And there's not too much changing around, but there are some things that maybe we can find in these drafts.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and enter.
Yeah, if anyone watching wants to draft along, hoping it's kind of a full room so we don't have to wait that long. If not, I'll jump into.
Oh yeah. Uh, we just got a fresh one.
Oh, clean room. Things you love to see. Uh, well, probably will
I
jump
guess we
in
should have
then.
entered it before.
Yeah, it's kind of just luck of the draw. I wonder if preseason games going on right now mean people will feel like entering when these hit halftime. I don't know. In the meantime, we could take a look at your exposures or the rankings.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see. It's halftime of the Washington Knicks game right now, and Jordan Poole came out. Jordan Pooling. He's got 4 turnovers, 1 for 4 from three, 8 points, 3 assists in the first half. It's not terrible for fantasy, but I guess it's expected. See if I can get in here.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna enter some slows. My exposures are. This was before the Randall news, so things you don't like to see. But
Right. Do you like Julius? You like him less than you did before?
kinda just because of the minutes, but I do think they're gonna be. He's gonna get the ball. I kind of like him next to Gobert, which is a low usage player, so I don't mind that. It's still Ant's team though.
Yeah, I agree. And I kind of like Julius on the Timberwolves. My problem with him is the Timberwolves have one of the worst playoff schedules, and so that's one of the teams that I'm trying to get less of those guys. But I've been taking Gobert because I think everyone has the same idea, and he's been falling, and he seems like too good of a value even with 1 or 2 less games.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like the Knicks just because the playoff schedule. That's kind of why I was taking so much of him.
Yeah, and been taking Cat a bunch too. Love the Knicks playoff schedule.
Yeah, Clarkson, he's just kind of a filler. I don't love him or anything. Grant's just high upside. Derek White, I'm just a sucker for Derek White. I like Derek White.
I'll have to add more of him. He's because I have pretty much I have a bunch of everyone on your list except for Derek White, but he's a guy I probably have to add in more. I think I'm taking like Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell over him most of the time in that range.
Yeah, I had a lot more Harden and Kawhi, but um, their ADPs just went. They kind of skyrocketed.
I've been taking a ton of Harden at like the 2-3 turn around pick 24.
Yeah,
Anywhere after that, it's Harden time.
Zubac. I like Bridges this season. Laurie.
Oh yeah, these are all some of my highest wings. Love it.
All right, good. Russ, I kind of got on Russ late. I kind of still plan on drafting more. I think he's going to run that second unit.
I don't mind it. And one thing I was thinking about with him is with Jamal's injury history, if Jamal goes down, like Russ has to start, right? He,
Yeah, he would. And because he just don't trust his bench at all. Russ is pretty much the only player he's going to trust.
and I'm thinking back to when Bones Highland was on the Nuggets. He had a higher usage rate than Jokic for most of one season. So there definitely is potential for Russ to just take over off the bench because they really don't have much else.
No, and Jokic. during the regular season, he would prefer getting his teammates involved. So I like that.
Yeah, it's funny because during that his first preseason game, it was against the Celtics, right? I was even kind of surprised how hard he played then.
hmm
All
And
right.
then Hartenstein, I like him. I like what I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's just what do you think about that starting lineup that the Thunder threw out today, where they had Alex Caruso and Lou Dort?
It's crazy, and they have Jalen Williams is a really good defender too. So that defense is just insane.
Yeah, I don't know if I realized that Jalen Williams is a good defensive player because my other friend had the exact same reaction when I brought it up to him. Was that Jalen Williams? Like
hmm
he mentioned him before Chet, and so I got to double check that. But I mean, I told him this is the best defensive lineup I've ever seen.
Yeah, like for DFS, it's actually a team you probably don't want to face.
No, definitely not. We kind of discussed that a little bit with Houston going up against him today. Now Houston's missing Fred Van Vliet, but so far no one's doing anything. Jalen Green's 0 for 5. Sengun's 2 for 2, but I mean that's all he has. Dylan Brooks is 1 for 5 expected. Uh,
hmm
Cam Whitmore 0 for 3. So it's like it's a super small sample of like 15 minutes, but today they seem to be locking them down.
Yep.
And we still
Bam. I have a ton of Bam on DraftKings.
I'm taking Bam a ton on DraftKings. Yeah, they mess their positions up. There's way less centers over there. So Bam, I've been taking as high as like pick 11 over there, and then on Underdog, I mean, I've been taking him ahead of ADP on Underdog too. Actually,
Yeah, he's just consistent, and especially on DraftKings. You pretty much have to get a center early.
this is a debate I've had a few times. Bam's going at ADP 27 on Underdog. Alperen Sengun at ADP 20. Are you ever taking Bam over Sengun if they're both on the board?
I wouldn't mind it. I just think Bam, with how much time Jimmy misses and Rozier's injury history, he could have the team to himself at times.
Okay, nice. I've done that a few times, taking Bam, but I saw some other sharp players take Bam at like ninth overall when Sengun was off the board over on DK. So I mean, if nothing else, just Bam is a really solid play. And while we're
Yeah.
on him, you mentioned Rozier. What do you think about Tyler Harrow?
I haven't been getting to much, but I mean, I don't hate it. He has a ceiling. It's just he's just always hurt.
Yeah, yep. And I'm taking him a bunch. I'm just hoping that he can stay healthy for a longer stretch than he has in the past. Because if he does, then he's going to end up being a good value. And I feel like the injury stuff is kind of baked into most of these guys' ADPs.
Yeah,
Is there anyone low on your exposures that you're going to make a concentrated effort to get more of?
that's what I was just kind of looking at right now. Let's see. I would like to get some more Kaminga. Let's see. Probably need a little bit more Tatum, but it's just kind of how the drafts have fallen. I just haven't landed on them.
Yeah, I'm on the Kaminga train. And then Tatum, I don't think Tatum is a good pick. Considering the number of fantasy points that he scores, like the range of outcomes I think he has, but because he is probably the second best wing available, we just have to take him.
Yeah. TJD, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more of him. And Davis, of course.
Yeah, TJD is a
I don't
guy I
really
think is a
like
good
Embiid.
value. Oh, you
Yeah.
don't like Embiid? I love Embiid. I have maybe it's that
Yeah.
everyone else doesn't like him, so he's just always at the top of my list in the first round towards the end. But I'm taking a ton of Embiid, taking a ton of Drummond. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting to a little bit more just to kind of have some exposure, but I don't know.
so are you
But well,
taking like Anthony Davis and Demantis over Joel Embiid in the first round?
um no, I'm normally not, but I don't mind it.
Okay.
Um what was I gonna say? Oh, Embiid's comments. I think it was during media day. I don't mind it as much now. He's saying none of this stuff matters. He just wants to win. Basically, like he don't care about player of the year or anything like that this year. So maybe he actually tries.
I kind of took that as a negative, saying that he's potentially going to sit out more back to backs. Because when he
Yeah,
misses a big
sure.
stretch, like it obviously hurts us, but it's not as big of a deal if it's just for a small portion of the season. But if he's constantly sitting out back to backs, especially during the playoff weeks, then it just really hurts you because you're getting one less game a week. And it's, Embiid has one of the highest ceilings in the NBA, but one of the points is that he's going to get 3, 4 games a week.
Yeah, that's true.
So our draft did fire. Looks like Smitty and I are back to back. He got the 5 pick. I got the 6 pick. Don't recognize any of the other names in here.
Yeah,
If
that's what I
you,
was looking for.
hmm?
That's what I was looking for to see if I recognize any of these names.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat got in this draft room, let us know. Let's see if we have anyone in here.
I
Cool.
was looking
So
at the box score real quick.
yeah, Wemby just had a pretty cool sequence: pull up, jump shot, dunk, free throws, rebound. Things you love to see.
All right.
Jonathan
See, like
Isaac.
here is where I could take Tatum if I want, but it's hard not to just take SGA and start your guard spot out strong.
Yeah, nope. I have that debate, and like I mentioned, like I if they play similar amount of games, SGA is going to outscore Jason Tatum, and so
Yep.
it's just
Now you
for
get
that.
to take Tatum.
Well, for that one, I think I would look at too what are my options, my best options available in the second round, and I think there's a wing and a guard that's going to be good at the top of the list.
Yeah. Another player I really like this year, I want to get more of is Trey. I think he's going to have a good year.
I have Trey Young at number 10 in my rankings right now, and I've been taking
Me
so
too.
much of him. Like, we really need wings on Underdog, but over on DK, a Trey Young, Tyrese Halliburton start, it just feels like the nuts.
Yep. I like Trey and I like Jalen Johnson too.
Oh, love Jalen Johnson where he's going. I mean, his ADP's up to 33 now, which might seem a little bit high, but I mean, he continued right where he left off from last
Yep.
season in yesterday's preseason game, so looked great. All right, these Magic guys are starting to make me nervous.
The Rockets are just getting killed.
Might just
Well,
be
they're not
okay.
really score wise, but they're just not doing anything.
Yeah, OKC's playing just as bad on offense. It looks
Yeah.
like.
Champagne, he started off hot and he kind of cooled off now.
Yep, things that it brought me back to during the NBA regular season for DFS when that guy's chalk value and he just hits like four threes in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And I didn't play him that day. I played him today, but see,
He's kind of good. Not like good. I don't know. He's just a scorer, basically, but he also gets rebounds. So for DFS, he's good.
yeah, and DFS he's good in like this best ball format. Where is he going? Julian Champagne,
Yeah.
ADP 192.
I wouldn't hate taking some shots.
I don't hate it. Yeah, I mean, he's probably capable of averaging 30 for a week. Now, if you need that for your roster, you're in the playoffs, especially, you're probably dead anyway. But if he can fill in for a week or two during the regular season, then it's a good pick. Most of these late round picks are just not going to hit the roster ever. So even getting points for 1 or 2 weeks is really good.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised at Chet's ownership tonight. I think he came in kind of high.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I took his unders earlier than they fell, so I took his overs after. So let's root for a strong middle.
Yeah, I did that too. I just prefer I prefer Chet on FanDuel just because of the stocks.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And FanDuel has a similar scoring, or exactly the same scoring format as Underdog. So blocks and steals being worth 3 is huge for this best ball format. It's part of the reason why Wemby is going number 1 over Jokic. I still prefer Jokic
Yeah.
personally, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle there. I don't think you can go wrong either way.
Let's see.
Wemby's not in right now. It's kind of weird.
Well, he's going to get that second half rotation, right? This dude Jet Howard on
Yeah,
the Magic. Oh
I
man,
know.
should
He
we be
needs to
looking at
chill.
this guy?
He was the last dude off the bench last game, and now he's starting. Like
He's
Anthony
doing
Black
well.
has been really good for them.
Are you looking at Anthony Black as a late round flyer at all? I feel like
Yeah,
you were last year,
I don't
right?
mind going there. Yeah, I like him. He's just um, not really high upside, but he just does a little bit of everything. So I don't mind
Okay,
going there.
nice, nice. And I did pair up Pascal with Jason Tatum. Pascal, still one of my favorite wings in the second round. Just want to target Indiana as hard as I can.
Yeah, and this is tough because I really need a wing here, but I really don't want to take Jalen Brown. So I'm probably just gonna get a big here and go with Bam.
Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I wouldn't take Brown on this team because I have Tatum anyway. But yeah, have a tough time taking Jalen Brown at pick 22. We can get him 10 picks later on the other site.
Yeah, yeah. There I could have went Sengun too, but I don't know. I just like the consistency of Bam.
Yeah, I think. Well, if I was in your position, I would want to make sure I get one of those big Sengun or Bam or even Chet, and then I don't know, Julius Demar, or if De'Aaron Fox made it back to me, like De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell a lot in this range. And then, of course, we mentioned James Harden already. So basically, everyone's in play, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. Lamelo. I mean, he's always hurt, but I definitely don't have enough Lamelo.
And this is like what I was talking about earlier about these, I hate this term, injury prone, being built in to their ADPs. Like, if we knew LaMelo for a fact was going to play just 60 plus games, he'd be up a couple in ADP already. But like, if we knew he was going to stay healthy most of the season, he should be going probably at the end of the first round, if not early second. So this is a really good value if you're willing to take the risk. And I mean, my view on it is always lean into the uncertainty. And if we can get this like obvious value and just hope he stays healthy, I think we take it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Just, I mean, he'd be a late first, early second if he was actually healthy.
He was last year, right? He was going middle of the
Yeah,
second round, early second round. Just catching up on these
man, I was
games.
gonna take Jalen Johnson. That dude just got him.
Wow, 6 ahead of ADP. Like Jalen Johnson was going in the 40s when this contest opened, so that's a pretty big jump. I think we still take him though.
Yep. I don't really love Demar, but I'm gonna go there. I need a wing, and he's my favorite on the board. I do like Laurie though.
I think Laurie's my highest owned wing overall. I already have two wings, so I'm not going to take him. I am going to take Chet about what am I getting him 7 past ADP. I would have taken Lamelo, but I'm not really going to pass up because the thing is with this playoff format, there's 6,000 people in the playoffs. Getting hard to get combos like this, like Tatum, Pascal, Chet. I can get Tatum, Pascal, and Lamelo or Dame or Laurie in any draft that I want. I can't. I probably won't be able to get this combo ever again. So I think you just have to take, even if you're not in on Chet, and I like Chet. I think you just got to go for it. Can you pull up the draft board on your screen?
Oh yeah.
Trying to see. In the Spurs game, Stephon Castle was one of the rookies I was pretty excited about, and this dude Chris Paul kind of insinuated, like he caught himself, he stopped himself, but he started to say he's better than I was as a rookie, and Chris Paul was the rookie of the year. Super disappointed in their first preseason game, but he looks better tonight, Stephen Castle. So I'm still going to keep taking him kind of late, and I think he's a wing over on Underdog too, even though he's a point guard.
Yeah, I like that. My bad. Let's see.
Man, so a lot of it with Laurie too is the playoff schedule. Utah, Pacers. I don't have my sheet up, but Utah, Pacers, Clippers, and Heat, I think, are the top 4 teams that we want to target because they have the most games during Underdog's playoff schedule. And then teams like the Pelicans, Pistons, Timberwolves, and Magic, we want to avoid a little bit. But like I said, when these guys fall, I'm still taking them. And now that kind of stuff is a little bit baked into their ADP. So when they fall, it's like the room is double counting and you're just getting an extra value on those guys.
Yeah, I like that. Um, what was I going to say? Did you play any Landry Shamit tonight?
Dude, I had him in a few and then I took him out because something changed late. I can't remember. Is he going off still?
No. I mean, he hasn't had another rotation yet, but he's been okay.
I don't know if I've taken him in a bet. No, I haven't taken any shares. He doesn't have an ADP. It seems a little bit thin, but I mean, what if something happens to Brunson and
Yeah.
Shamit or Campaign end up starting? Could be a decent late round flyer.
Yeah. I started taking some Deuce McBride. I kind of like that. I think he's going to run that bench. But
I like
Campaign's good too.
I like Deuce a lot. Yeah, I kind of forgot about him because he wasn't playing tonight, but Deuce
Yeah.
is for sure the pick over those other two guys. Sorry.
So
Uh,
Knicks and Wizards starters both came back.
Things you love to see. I'm going to take Cade Cunningham here. I really don't like Detroit. I love Cade Cunningham, but the Pistons don't have a good playoff schedule. But a couple picks past ADP, I need a guard, and I kind of like him more than Kyrie. So
I like that. Well, here I'm just going to go to Miles Bridges because I'm really high on him this year. It's just, he's healthy. He's pretty much always healthy, and he's going to play good minutes. So
he was my highest ranked player that was available. I mean, he was the league winner last year because of the suspension stuff. He was
yeah,
going really late, and he was the actual best pick in fantasy. Maybe it was Wemby, but let's see.
Wemby's
12.
back out there.
Wemby's back out there. These Magic guys are killing it right now.
Yeah, yeah. Gogo almost has a double double.
If you follow, or if you're subscribed to Occupy, if you're watching the stream, you probably are in the Discord at the very least. You'd know that we discussed Goga today, and I said I'm not playing him, so good call by me.
Yeah, I have a little bit, but I just thought Sangoon and Wemby were just priorities.
That's what I did, yeah. Just basically locked both of those guys. And Sangoon, I mean, he's only played 9 minutes so far, and he's got 8, 5, and a steal, so
Yeah,
it's a good thing. Let's see what we got going on. Got a couple teams in this room going wing heavy early, but not as much as not as much as they probably should.
yeah.
Only one person went double big early. Is that something you're doing a lot? Two bigs in the first 3 or 4 rounds?
Not really. I don't hate it, and then I'd probably just be done there if done with bigs. Maybe take one more super late, but I'd probably just be done if I did that and then focus on wings. I don't hate it as a different roster construction.
It's something I was never doing before, but I'm starting to do it a little bit when these bigs fall.
Yeah, I don't hate that. This pick is pretty tough. It's hard not to go with quickly.
Yep. Yep.
So
And since you already have I mean, to me, that's the perfect pick. You already have two wings. Quickly, your second guard feels pretty great, knowing he can probably average 50 for multiple weeks in the season.
yeah, he just has such a ceiling.
And you leave me without a guard. Just, I mean, Fred Van Vliet or Jamal, who do we feel better about?
um, I like Fred Van Vliet, but they're just so
Okay.
loaded.
Yeah, I mean, flip a coin. I went with FVV this time. Maybe I could have went with Jamal, but I'm pretty down on. I have a bias against Jamal, and I'm not sure why. I used to like him.
I do too. I almost don't hate going with Bane right there either.
I didn't even scroll down to see Bane's name. like in this range, if I didn't have an elite big, I love Rudy Gobert, JJJ, and Vooch, and even Jared Allen all going this late. Like,
Yeah,
I think you probably definitely want a wing by then. If you miss on them, Duran's fine, and then I don't know that I feel great about Miles Turner being my number one big, but his playoff schedule is so good, and I want more Pacers, so I don't mind taking Miles Turner as my second big.
yeah, I don't hate that. Why does Jabari just not take over? Drives me crazy.
He was so good last preseason, and I don't know if like is was it the emergence of Jalen Green?
I don't know. He has one shot right now. He's made it, but that's it.
2 points, one rebound in 9 minutes. Jabari Smith. It's just I feel like they were drawing up plays for him to get open for three last year, and he was hitting
Yeah.
them, and then they just stopped.
In college, he was like literally unstoppable, just nailing threes.
And then it stopped.
Have you taken any SAR?
No, but he had one good preseason game, so I might take him a couple times.
He was going kind of early, so I don't know. It's kind of sketchy, but they're so bad that I think he could run into a lot of time, especially if they trade Joe Val.
It looks like I've taken him once. His ADP right now is 138, and it's like this guy was he the first or he was the second pick, right?
Yeah, I think he was a
Uh,
second.
and where's Ricochet going at like pick 120, just ahead of him? I
Mhm.
just yeah, literally 121. I mean, I have one share of him too. I don't know what to do with him.
He looked good in preseason. It's just he's not going to be a primary option on their team, really.
It's just yeah. I mean, we want to draft rookies. We want to be interested in rookies, right? And I'm gonna do what I said here and take Miles Turner. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Miles Turner as my second big because I haven't done this as much as I'd like to. So I have that Indiana stack.
I like that. And right here, I could go Claxton, which is kind of interesting. Just talked about Jabari. See, this is where I go Derek White right here, and but I
Mm,
kind of have too much, so I'm gonna mix it up and go with Claxton right here.
nice. Um, I don't know why I don't like Claxton either. I should probably throw him into that group with where I put Duran and Miles Turner. Where if you don't have a big yet, like if you have Claxton
Yeah,
or Aiton, that's probably not the end of the world. But you probably want to pick up another big quick to have a couple outs.
yeah, yeah. I could have went Duran too. I don't really have Claxton, and really that team's bad too. Like he's gonna be expected to do some sort of offense there.
Right. I
Jalen
mean,
Green just hit a three.
dude, the Nets might just be the worst team. Like they're definitely the worst team in the NBA, but they might just be the worst team of all time, man.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
Like Cam Thomas wouldn't even start for a lot of teams, but
Nope.
he's just a scorer. That's it.
It's like
Can't play defense.
it's like
Schroeder's good.
Schroeder. Yeah, Schroeder's good, and for best ball too, Schroeder's pretty good. I like Cam Thomas a lot in best ball though. It feels like he has a floor. He's missed some games. Maybe they do something weird where they really tank, and I can't imagine Cam Thomas is good enough to to make to turn a tank into a non-tank. But
No.
I think he's a pretty good pick in fantasy. And then when we get to the end later, we can talk about some of the Nets bench guys that could potentially have a larger role.
Yep. Let's see.
SGA hit his over.
Nice.
Now
Uh,
just have to sweat the
have you been
magic.
taking Amen Thompson?
I have. Yeah, I like him more than Keegan Murray, who he's going right next to. I don't know with
Yeah.
Keegan, just Demar in town. I'll take him if I need a wing, but I'd rather have Amon Thompson, despite how crowded they are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been taking Keegan, but I need to mix it up with some Amen or I have plenty of Jeremy Grant. So.
I mentioned I love this guard range, and it's unfortunate, but I see Jordan Poole. I draft Jordan Poole, and he was going at like pick 50 last year when he had a couple good preseason games. He moved into the low 40s, maybe even the high 30s by the end of draft season. Now he's going at pick 80. He's starting again. He could lose his starting job, but what if he doesn't? Then he's going to finish the season like in the top 50, and you're just getting such good value here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like going D'Lo there too.
Yeah, I would have taken D'Lo, but I don't have. I have combos of these guys with D'Lo. I don't have combos of these guys with Jordan Poole, and especially given how this playoff format works this year, I think you really want to be conscious of the combos that you have with certain guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Paolo's like near triple double almost.
Right,
Jet Howard just hit another three.
1 minute left, and all my dreams will come true if the Magic don't start the second half like the coach said they would.
Yeah. They're normally they're one of the few teams that you can kind of trust. Like they're normally pretty reliable.
Yeah, he said 16 minutes, and assuming they all finish out this last minute, they're all going to end at 16 or 17 minutes. So
Yeah.
need to fade one stat. Something's going on in OKC. I feel like we're talking about OKC as this powerhouse on defense, but Houston's hanging in there with them right now. It's only preseason, but all the starters are in.
Yeah. Yeah, Houston, their defense is actually pretty solid too.
Houston?
Yeah. Like Allman, kind of the young guys are good defensively, and then you got Dylan Brooks and Jabari's a good defender too.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and well,
Van Vliet.
Dylan Brooks was the number one defensive player on Star Players. That's a real stat.
Gosh. What
There's
about Zach Levine? You
I've
been
been
taking
taking.
any of him?
I mean, kind of the same idea with those other injury guys. It's like, what if he's good?
Yeah. I kind of thought he would be traded by now, but it's probably coming.
He's got to be traded by the end of the season, right?
Yeah, I would think so. They need to overhaul that roster.
One moment, guys. Oh my gosh. Jalen Suggs just missed 2 free throws to hold the under, dude. No freaking shot. It never works out in our favor.
That is crazy. What's he at?
It's at 15.
15.
Yeah. Missed 2 free throws, dude. Hilarious.
Hopefully Wimby comes back out. Chris Paul's done nothing, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Chris Paul, nothing. Wemby. If you guys were in the Discord today, we talked about I had Wemby as a number one play. So Smitty and I put together a pretty solid group of plays there. Now here, what do you think about Jaime Jaquez at the wing?
Yeah, I don't hate going there at all.
It's like I'm mostly taking John Collins. And like Jaime's injury, I don't think it should matter any. I mean, groin strain kind of sucks, but go with Jaime. I'll
Yeah.
mix it up here.
I have him. Hold on. Let's see. I normally go Simons here, but let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that and go with. I could go. I'm going to go John Collins, actually.
One note on Simons, I think he's great. I think this is phenomenal value at this ADP. I have a ton of him. Over on DK, he's going like 20 or maybe even 30 picks ahead of where he's going here. And so I'm basically not drafting him at all over there. And I think he's a pretty good value here too.
Yeah, I have a lot of Simons. The thing with Hawkes, my only concern is I don't know if he's going to start. I mean, he's still going to play a good role, but
yeah, and like I was talking about, I hate this injury stuff, but there's a lot of outs for Hawkes to get in the starting lineup on this team.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Jimmy is out about half the season. So.
And I'm curious, you think I feel like he would be in the top 5 for 6 man of the year, early 6 man of the year voting?
Yeah, I would think so.
Let's take a look. Six man of the year odds.
Monk,
Yeah, Malik Monk,
Monk,
Naz
Norm
Reed.
Powell might be up there, maybe.
Okay, let's see. Oh no, he's like number 12. He's nowhere close to the top. And it's I mean, it's just not a good enough uh, uh it's probably not good enough to take. Like pods. I like Scoot, dude. Did you see that video of Scoot doing that press conference when he had to be high on something?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that was
hilarious,
crazy.
dude.
Oh man, this is kind of a hard pick. I do like Scoot right here. I kind of like taking some shots on Eddie here too. I already have two good bigs though, so I'm probably not going to go there. I'm going to go with Scoot.
Dude, this big guy on Memphis is I have 0%. I mean at 102, he seems okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. Maybe because I'm usually pretty good at big by now. But maybe in some drafts where I'm not, I'll mix him in a little bit. But I'm not too interested in him. I'm gonna take a SAR
Yeah,
here. A SAR or
yeah,
TJD? I'll take a SAR.
yeah. I like Asar. By the way, we got the Warrior starters, and TJD is replaced by Looney. All the rest is the same.
It's like it's got to be good for TJD today, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I almost prefer that. I think that
Yeah.
means like he's for sure. Like we assume they're playing the third quarter, but he for sure is.
Yeah, right. Especially if he starts the third quarter. Pods isn't in that starting lineup, right?
Yeah, he is
Oh,
actually.
he is starting.
That's
Okay.
yeah, that's over Melton.
Okay.
So it's
So
Curry,
interesting.
Pods, Kaminga, Green, Looney.
I mean, for so best ball, I really like Pods around his ADP, around pick 100, and I mean, I'm drafting him with the idea that he starts. He's still good as a six man, but like I'm drafting him thinking he's literally going to lead the Warriors in minutes this year.
Yeah, he definitely could.
And it's like we already know Steve Kerr likes him. He fills up the stat sheet. I think he's a pretty good pick here. And so is I think TJD is one of those guys who could really finish well above his ADP, and maybe he could finish a little bit below, but I feel like his floor, assuming that he, maintains a starting job for most of the season, feels pretty good.
Yeah, I would think so. Says Sengun and Jabari did not get back defensively on the OKC break. Udoka timeout to let them hear about it. He'll get after them.
Good, he should.
I like it.
Yeah, get their asses, dude. Don't let this slide. Making
Let's
too
see if
much
we have
money.
any other. If I can find any other news real quick.
On the Kings.
Mookie just hit a bomb. Nice.
Oh man, I had such a split house last night. I had one of my buddies rooting hard for the Padres. Everyone else in the world that we know is rooting for the Dodgers. I live in LA, so it's like that's what this stuff is bad for fandom. Like I'll root against the Lakers if it benefits me in fantasy.
Yeah. I don't see anything. What do you
Um,
like here?
I said like I don't want to take Edie. I don't like anyone else on this list though. And oh man, do I want to take another Detroit player and Jaden Ivey?
Yeah,
I was gonna click Edie at the last second. This is okay. Yeah, this is okay.
that's kind of where I want to go. Is Edie?
I don't know. Like the bigs that are left on the board, I feel okay about Pirtle. I like the upside potential that Derek Lively has. That week he only has 2 games and the playoffs sucks, but if he's your second or third big, it shouldn't matter anyway. You're just hoping he fills in the flex. Uh,
Yeah,
and it's basically just Andre Drummond after that. Like Mark Williams just got hurt. I kind of like him if he falls really, really far.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Someone, nice, you did go with Edie after all.
Yeah, I did.
Someone in our Discord was asking about who's running the point for Phoenix this year, and I mean Tyus Jones is starting point guard. They said he would be. To me, it looks like he's just purely running the show. I think it's a bad starting lineup with Bradley Beal there. Now, if he's a six man at pick 117, that still feels like a pretty good value on Beal.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Oh my gosh. I just realized Towns is going off too.
How did he just
Him
start
and
doing
Brunson.
stuff?
Yeah, he's 21, 2, and 11.
21. What? Whoa, he
Yeah,
did go off. Okay.
he broke it.
Okay. Let's go, Cat.
I liked him too. I didn't really get there. It was hard.
I think in like one of my lineups that didn't have Sengun, I swapped him in. Oh, Sengun's. Oh, I mean, he's not having that good of a game, but hopefully he comes out for the second half, can catch up.
Yeah,
Looks like Brunson's done. Just checked out. Brunson had a really good game. Subscribe to the plug, and you would have known to play him today.
yep. Uh, I guess we already got an expected Dallas lineup for tomorrow.
Yeah, is Luka.
Kyrie's expected to play. Jaden Hardy, Klay Thompson, Najee, and Lively.
Yeah, Luka's dealing with what was it, a calf injury or something?
Yeah, another McCaffrey injury.
It's, oh man, it's like I was about to say it shouldn't affect him going into the season, but maybe it does.
Yeah. I need a guard here. My favorite in this range is Russ. I do like going with Tyus too, but or Monk.
Love Tyus running the show there. Yeah, and Monk too for that spike week potential.
I might actually go with Tyus. Sorry if I blocked you.
No, I was probably going to take Tyus or Monk, whichever one you didn't take, so I'll take Malik Monk.
I think the Knicks starters are done. No, Towns is still out there.
Dude, what
They
did
played
I
them some minutes.
was going to say? What did Tibbs say today? They're going to play more than they did last game, and I think your comment in the Discord was like, so they're going to play between 20 and 40 minutes.
Yeah, and it's not wrong. They have Bridges has played 28 minutes already.
He
Uh,
had a good game.
Towns 25, Brunson 23, Hart 25. They've played a ton of minutes, which kind of kills our Precious, Payne, and Shamit. But oh well.
Yeah, because Precious came in kind of late in the quarter, and I can't imagine he finishes the game now.
Yeah,
This OKC team is going to be so fun. Like I haven't been targeting Jalen Williams that much because of the players who go around him, but I probably should be looking at him a little bit harder. And then, what do you think about like Lou Dort and Caruso if that ends up being the starting lineup?
yeah. I don't know. I don't hate it. I'd prefer Caruso out of those two.
Same, yeah.
Let's see.
Hardenstein is so good, man. 15 minutes, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block.
Yeah, I was taking his. I prefer him off the bench. I think that's better.
Same, yeah. And then they can close with him if they need to, depending on whatever team they're playing. Like they
Yep.
have so many options.
Yeah, I was taking his overs today, even when they got bumped a little bit.
I didn't take his. I wish I did, though. I got kind of nervous about OKC starters playing extended minutes, but I guess he's included because he
Yeah,
also is playing just as many minutes as the starters. In the first half, he did anyway. Jalen Williams kind of went off too.
yeah.
15 and 3.
I
That's it.
like Jalen Williams.
I like him. Yeah, I like him. I remember when he was a rookie, he was. So I think it was Jalen Williams 2 years ago, Keontae George last year. Jalen Williams way more meaningful, but just like late round rookie who has opportunity to come on at the end of a season, and he was definitely in the winning lineup that season because he was going off during the playoffs as
Yep.
a late round wing. It's hard to get. So that is an argument for drafting more of like the Sar and Zachary Rissasher or whatever that guy's name is. Oh,
Yeah.
Sar at the top of the list. F me, dude. I'm gonna. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm saying these things. I got to follow through.
Sorry. Let's see. It's a pretty tough pick here, but I kind of lean Rui just because of the how old the Lakers are. I kind of like going Rui, and when LeBron or AD's out, he's going to see an uptick.
When Rui came to the Lakers, I made a bet with my friend that Rui was going to sign, like his next contract was going to be 20 million a year, and then very quickly I regretted that bet. But he actually got close. I still lost, but he got paid more than I expected. I'm a hardcore Lakers fan, and I am not very high on Rui, unfortunately. I don't know. I just can't get there.
Nah, I don't blame you.
Prove me wrong, Rui. Go out and do something. Get a rebound.
We know you're watching. Why is Down still in? That's insane.
It's so funny. We should have known.
Yeah.
We did have him in our top play section. It's just that Sengun was.
Yeah. I played him on FanDuel. I thought he was a good
Nice.
play there.
Was he power forward over there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and so is Sengun and Wimby, I believe. So you could play like everyone.
That makes no sense. I didn't even look over at FD. I wish it's the prize pools are so small over there. I mean, they're small in DK too, but at least we have some members playing DK. I wish Underdog would do something with the preseason games. That would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Like, I don't know how much interest it would have, and the contest would probably be kind of small, but
Yeah.
try it. See what happens. Taylor Hendricks. You want to talk me into Taylor Hendricks or not?
No, I mean, he's fine. They have a good playoff schedule. That's pretty much it.
That's the only argument I have for him. They have a good playoff schedule.
Yeah. And if they do tank, he's probably he probably benefits from that.
Have you so DeAndre Hunter started yesterday or the day before. He started the Hawks preseason game. I mean, he probably keeps the starting role for the whole season, right?
Yeah, I would assume he does.
This was one of my guys last year, and then Jalen Johnson came in and was just way better than him right away.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson, he's good.
He's so good, dude. Take DeAndre here.
Precious with the block. Towns is still out there. How many minutes is that? He played the whole third.
23 and 12. I mean, got to get him used to playing Tibbs ball. I guess, like, if we were super sharp, we could have predicted 30 minutes for Cat, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Bridges has 30 minutes. Cat's at 27. It's crazy. Surprised he just didn't play Josh Hart the whole game.
Right.
Josh Hart.
I mean, actually, didn't Josh Hart hurt his abdominal or something late in the playoffs?
Like
25 minutes. I mean, he was doing work in the beginning. He didn't score any points, but I don't know. Josh Hart, I was looking at my exposure on him the other day, and I had very little, so I made sure I took him a couple times. But like, if he's starting, we should have interest in him. Is 100 too high? His ADP?
Yeah, it feels a little high. I don't know. I don't love it.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah, that's pushing it. I mean, he's gonna get good minutes. They have no bench, and Tibbs only plays guys he trusts. So.
And there are outs, if other guys end up missing, his role will grow.
Yeah.
It's just the baseline role is probably not great, relying on stocks and rebounds to get there, which he's shown us he can do it, and so I think we do want to mix him in. If he was going to pick like 140, I would have a ton of him probably.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why he's not.
And the Magic held true.
They didn't start anyone?
No, except Jet and Goga. So Goga's going to break the slate.
All right, so Goga broke the slate, but I'm okay with that because all my lower picks hit.
Yeah, I wish I would have jammed more. I was rushing to build my lineups. Wemby started the third quarter. So
Like Smitty and I were talking about pick'ems earlier before the slate started, and we're like trading off editing the plug so we can get our lineups in and get our pick'em slips in.
Chris Paul started the third quarter. I thought that was kind of weird.
Are you interested in him in best ball?
I don't hate it. I mean, he's fine. I kind of like Trey Jones more, but
Okay.
I don't mind going to Chris Paul.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that take. Trey Jones probably has a higher ceiling
Yeah,
if Chris Paul misses some games, and I thought Trey Jones was fantastic to close out last year. Like he
yeah.
was putting up 30 fantasy points almost every game.
I think he's really good. Or not really good, but I think he's a good player. Him and Tyus.
The thing is, he is for some reason. I mean, he's a point guard, yeah, but he's the only player on the Spurs last year that understood to give the ball to Wembanyama
Yep.
every single time, dude.
Yeah. And I think Chris Paul will understand that, which kind of boosts his overall ceiling in best ball at least.
I mean, Chris Paul's like he's chasing total assists records in the record books. He knows that all he has to do is just throw it up somewhere, and Wemby's dunking it, right?
Yep.
I'm not loving this spot. I'd usually take Drummond every single time here, but I have three bigs already, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, this is kind of a hard one. Why is Buddy Hield?
Should
He's
I have
way
taken
down.
Buddy? Yeah, should I have taken him?
I don't know. I'm considering taking him. I don't really
Yeah.
love it, but he's fine, I think.
It's just what if he ends up starting, and what if he ends up filling in the Clay role better than Clay?
Yeah.
There is a path to him like super smashing this ADP, right?
He showed at times last year just the ceiling that he has, but he's just never put it all together.
And it's he's not even starting in preseason. He wasn't starting even tonight, right?
No.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I've been saying the whole show, injuries happen. He could easily, get into that starting lineup, earn more minutes. Probably would have taken Healed if we talked about him a minute before I took Io. But Io, I mean, we know Io ceiling. It's just hard because Lonzo's coming back, Josh Giddey's there now. Zach Levine is supposedly healthy, so there's just way less minutes for him. But let's say Zach Levine gets traded, Lonzo's not healthy. Ao's a starting shooting guard playing 35 minutes a game. I guess he wouldn't be starting still because Kobe White. But either way, the point is, Ao is one of the late guys that has high ceiling potential.
Yeah, I agree. Those are two players I would like to get more of is Io and what you call it, Kobe White. I don't have near enough of them. I didn't really love them, but if Levine gets traded, I'm way underweight on them.
Yeah, and like the rankings that I saw are really high on Giddy, not that high on Kobe White. And I kind of just want to get a bunch of both of them because it should be a lot of opportunity. That team's going to be awful. What if Giddy is a 45 fantasy point per game guy without SGA?
Yeah, yeah, he could be. I just seen this tweet. A beat said Cat played the entire third quarter, and it looks like he might start the fourth. He's playing 40 tonight.
Is he actually?
I don't know. That's what it
Oh
said.
no, he did start the fourth quarter, dude.
Oh yeah, that's what it said.
He checked out after 1 minute.
They ran the first play of the fourth for him. It
What
was a
is the
mid-range.
point? What is the point?
Gosh.
Tibbs, man. How did you not learn? Your entire team was decimated by the end of the playoff run, dude. This is literally game 2.
Yeah. Oh man. Is this the last round? No, I got one more.
Yeah, 2 more picks, and then how long did this stream end up being? Are we? Oh, we're gonna make it under an hour. Nice. Anyone watching this live, I'm going to do a first look NFL show over on the main Occupy channel. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes me to get ready for another show. So definitely tune in over there if you want to get a first look. Chris can't join me tonight, but hopefully I'll give you guys some good info. I know I'll give you guys some good info. Just a matter of if it works out. I took Royce O'Neal earlier. Didn't feel terrible. Bojan. Oh, I'm taking Bojan. What if he's like Bojan? Other than Schroeder and Claxton, he's probably the most. Oh, and Cam Thomas. All right, so he's our 4th best player. Never mind. On the Nets.
Yeah, I still like him though. I think he has a ceiling for sure, even though he's a little older.
Yeah, I feel like when he got some good minutes on, I don't know if it was the Pistons, and then even when he got to the Knicks before he got in Tibbs' doghouse, he was putting up points.
Yep.
So it should be fine. Earlier in the show, I alluded to some of these Brooklyn bench guys we might be interested in, since this might be like the tank team of the season, right? Is there anyone in particular you're looking at on the bench?
For me, it'd be Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson, and I think Keon Johnson.
And Keon Johnson. Okay, I haven't been looking at Keon Johnson. Maybe I need to mix him in a little bit more.
That's like a crazy pick, but I mean, he's shown that he's a good point per minute player, so I kind of like that. And then both of the Martin boys are kind of good.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit too late for him. They're draftable.
Yeah.
This just because I'm scrolling down towards the bottom, Tijane Salon, that
Yeah.
guy on Charlotte, he looks like he's going to have some usage if something happens to one of the starters. He might step into a role. Micic too, still look pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Thunder sitting their starters to start the second half.
Things
Same
you
starters for the Rockets.
things you just don't like to see.
Did SGA hit his over?
SGA did, yeah.
Okay.
Chet did. Well, Chet hit his new over, but he hit the under from earlier, so we did get the middle on Chet.
That's nice.
And then Jalen missed by one or two. He hit the
Oh
points
my
though.
gosh.
Yeah, he hit points a couple. I think it's going to be a pretty
Wow.
sick night.
How do you say that? They're going to play extended minutes tonight, and then they don't even play the second half.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
they're not going to play tomorrow, but
Yep.
they're going to 18 minutes is extended now. Well,
Let's see. I don't ever really trust him.
what's that guy's name? Mark Daignault.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is, man. Dang.
TJ. I'm just kind of clicking on some dudes I like.
I like Dyson. I'm pretty
Yeah.
interested in Dyson over in Atlanta.
Kind of where I am. TJ, I kind of have enough of him. I mean, we've just seen his ceiling time and time again if someone gets hurt. Grady Dick is someone that's pretty interesting because they're still looking for their fifth starter. And in preseason, he's been starting. So I kind of think I'm like 90% sure he's probably going to start this year. And he has a ceiling.
I don't hate it. Like all these guys on that list that you just named too. These are all guys with ceiling shots. Like their floors are probably questionable. Like definitely, like their floors are non-existent for any of these guys. But we're taking these guys over whoever we consider to have a 10-point floor every single time. It's just the floor does nothing for us. The upside is sick.
Yeah, it's like Derek Jones Jr., Royce O'Neal. Like they're never going to give you a score you need.
Even like Wendell Carter down here, the only thing that can change is if he ends up playing more minutes, but it hasn't happened yet, and nothing's going to change this year. Especially Goga has like a quadruple double right now with blocks and assists.
I'm going to go with Grady Dick. Najee's fairly interesting, but there's quite a few down here that look pretty good. My previous pick, I took Brandon Clark. Are you on him at all?
I might have taken him once. I've thought about him. Okay, I've taken him once, so there's something there. Yeah, he's one of those upshot guys too.
Yeah, he was hurt all last year. I think people kind of forgot about him, and then now Jaren Jackson has a small injury, foul trouble. There's just a lot of things that could go his way.
Like, and now that we talked about it a little bit, I'm thinking like if you play DFS, think about the guys that we were jamming in when the starter gets ruled out, like the good value. Those are the guys that you want to target in these last rounds.
Yep.
So, nice. Pretty good draft. I think I like your team a little bit more than I like my team, but hopefully we just finish 1-2 and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, do you have any other thoughts you wanted to get out before we got out of here?
I don't. I can see if we have a lineup real quick. Let me see. No, I'm not seeing anything yet for the Kings.
Nothing. All right. Well, the game is about an hour away. If you're watching this on replay, the game will be over by the time you watch this. But yeah, if you're watching this live, we'll post anything we see in the Discord. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. I think the goal is to get at least 2 more of these streams in. The season starts on the 22nd. That's 13 days away. I do want to mention, be careful with Underdog slow drafts, because the slow draft clock was supposed to change to 4 hours yesterday, but it didn't. So I don't know when that's going to happen. But just keep that in mind. If you enter slow drafts, it could change to 4-hour clocks at any day. So appreciate you guys watching. See you next.